This was a continuation of the day where we had $1,214.57 in sales. Well, 500 of those dollars was for this item right here. All right, I was in here shipping and listening to some Hank Williams Jr. and I forgot to do the random picker here. So here we go. The winner gets 4 Eneman, and send me your address to commonwealthpicker@gmail.com ASAP, and maybe I can get them off to you by Christmas. Unbelievable. For you out there, this doesn't qualify because this doesn't say 4 Eneman in it. This is one of my students asking for extra credit on their test. Sorry, Spencer. Hopefully you did all right on that, though. All right, take 2. Gotta say 4 Eneman in the comment. Don't forget, if you win, send your address to commonwealthpicker@gmail.com. Heather H, 4 Eneman. These are just the greatest. Love your videos. I have learned a lot from you. All right, Heather H, you better get this quick if you want this by Christmas. Commonwealthpicker@gmail.com, and I'll try and get it off to you today. All right, thanks. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Commonwealth Picker. My name is Kevin, and we are in the eBay cave, and we are getting excited more and more every day. We now have somebody who is here, made the plans to do some insulation and sheetrock. I'm going to be doing a little bit of work in there, but the majority of work is going to be done by somebody else, a local craftsman who's going to help us out with that stuff and help us out with some other stuff as well. So we're getting excited as we're going through there. We're trying to decide what it is that me and Blue Ridge Mama are going to tackle out there and what it is that we're going to have somebody else do for us little bit by little bit and get that thing ready for us. This is a continuation of another program. I think it was on yesterday. I'm not sure where I'm going to post this one, if I posted this on Commonwealth Flipper or if I'm going to put it on the Commonwealth Picker channel. I guess you guys know before I know because you're watching it on one of them right now. My guess is this is on the Commonwealth Picker channel because I want to have a couple days off at Christmas to spend with the family, and we had so many sales that I was able to make 2 videos out of this because I didn't think you'd want to watch a 50-minute video. We figured we'd have 2 20-minute videos. This was a continuation of the day where we had $1,214.57 in sales. Well, 500 of those dollars was for this item right here, and I want to talk about that for a little bit. And then we made some other good sales as well. So we're going to let you take a look at everything that sold out of the Commonwealth Picker store, and then 3 sales out of the Homeschool Hustler store. And you'll notice here it is the same day as yesterday's video. I did a costume change because I figured you wouldn't want to look at the same costume. My wife tells me I'm nuts, which she's probably right. But you'll notice that Henry's still here. So Henry won't be here tomorrow, though, because from what I gather, Henry goes back to the North Pole, and then he comes back to the house in the middle of the night while the kids are sleeping, and then he assumes another position somewhere. So I guess this might be the only night you see him here. Let's take a look at what sold out of the Commonwealth Picker store. All right, these are some of my favorite things to sell. If you've been around the show a while, you will remember me picking up ashtrays at many different yard sales. Not very often at Goodwill, but at yard sales, because I like to get them cheap. I don't know why I buy them in particular, but I do buy them, and they don't make much money. But I bought these for $1 a piece, and I'm like, these things will sell. I said I could sell them for like $7 a piece each, or I'll put them together for $12. And I think they sold for around that. They sold for $11.50. So this isn't a big profit, but I'll make like $8 profit on these. Maybe just a little bit more than that. And they've been sitting up here in various spots. You've seen them. Usually this, I don't know if you can see that or not. Usually this little blue jar right here is sitting in it. But I love making those ashtray sales. I'm not quite sure why. They just intrigue me. And these are going out the door for a nice little $8 profit. All right, so here's the biggie. The very first video I did, and it was just absolutely terrible. I didn't even really intend for it. I was kind of just practicing. I'm like, maybe I should do this YouTube thing. And I did a video, and my wife looked at it. She's like, that's the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm like, okay, I'm going to post it. And she said, don't do that. I did it anyways. At any rate, this was what I was talking about on that video. And it has some bleeding in it. This is a down jacket, and it's from Ralph Lauren Polo. You'll notice it says Polo on the front. I did a video on Commonwealth Flipper about this, if you want to go over there and check it out, about the whole spiel. I'll give you the short version right now. The short version is, I was going out yard selling with my wife, and I don't often get to do that. And we ran into Play It Again Rick, and Play It Again Rick is been on and off the show a little bit here and there. You see me run into him at some yard sales. He's the guy, if you remember the yard sale video where it says, this guy grabbed my camera at a yard sale. It was him, and it was true, and it kind of scared me. I was looking at some stuff, and all of a sudden some guy reached over and grabbed my camera, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I see tattoos on his arm. And looked up, and it was Rick, so he didn't kill me. I just thought it was funny. And I've ran into him at probably 5 or 6 yard sales, and you probably recognize him. Well, I ran into him, and he said, hey, there's this great garage sale. It's a parking lot sale over at a high school near his house. And I said, well, you've already been there, so I shouldn't go over there. And he picks mostly sports stuff to resell at Play It Again Sports and to do some other things with. I thought, well, what the heck, it's worth a shot. And I went over there, and me and my wife found a bunch of stuff. Commonwealth Grammy was here watching our kids, and we were out doing some yard selling. We didn't go out too early, but we had a lot of success. We found a lot of really, really good things, a lot of good clothes that day. And we went over to this sale, and we were looking at so much stuff. I had to go back to the car at this little parking lot sale like 4 times. And one of the trips with merchandise that either I bought or she bought, went back to the car. I saw this thing hanging on the side of a van, and I thought, what in the world? Why is that thing still here? It must be a fake. Because, you know, any picker should see this and recognize it. This is one of those items. There are a few Ralph Lauren Polo items, P-Wing items, and things like that. If you don't know about this stuff, and most of you do, go to eBay and go to Vintage Polo, and then do completed items, and look them up by highest priced plus shipping first, and you will see the items that you should be looking for. And so I had never seen one of these out in the wild, but I knew they were out there, and I knew they existed, and I saw it hanging this way on a truck, and I'm like, oh my gosh, or on a van. And I said, how much y'all want for it? They said 20 bucks. I had looked at the tag already, and it was legit. I don't know, you just have a feel. I wasn't absolutely positive, but I was 99.5% positive, and got home and looked up a couple specs on it, and this was the real deal. It did have a problem with it, however, and it has this bleeding. You can't really see it in this camera here, but this red bleeds into this white, and the black bled into it up here. And so there's a bit of an issue with it. I think if that issue wasn't there, I think we could have got about $700-800 on this thing. I had it out there for $1,000 or best offer. I had offers of $250, $300, $350, and I had told somebody who offered me $350 that if I couldn't get $500 in the next couple days, that I would do it. And I was a little disappointed because I was really hoping for $500, $600, $700. But with that issue on it, by the way, I took it to a dry cleaner. It was worth the 15 bucks for sure. Definitely worth the 15 bucks to get it cleaned, even though I knew the bleeding issues weren't going to be fixed. And I got an offer for, actually I didn't get an offer. I think what I ended up doing was I ended up sending an offer out for 500 bucks. And I was going to let it go for a couple days, and if it didn't sell, I was going to give it to that guy for $350. I didn't want to do it, but I told him I would, so that's what I was going to do. It sold that night. Me and my wife were out to dinner, and it said cha-ching, and she said, what should I get? You know, what should I eat? And I'm like, listen, we just made $400 profit on a jacket. Get whatever you want. And I am glad it is gone. It's been hanging in that closet way down there, taking up too much space for too long, and it's just over a $400 profit after fees, after shipping. And so it's about a $410 or so, and after paying for the $15 for the dry cleaning. So love it. What's a Commonwealth Picker show without an Eneman? And this one is going out to Lillian. Lillian, we appreciate it. And full price, $12.81. So Lillian, we appreciate it, and we hope you enjoy. All right, we've been selling bits and pieces of this thing off for a while, and this is the last one. This is a vintage 1954 Scrabble tile rack. It has pins that go in it for scoring. We sold the pins, we sold the tiles, and now we're selling the racks, and the racks went for $10 plus shipping. So we're going to end up making pretty good little $25 to $30 profit on this set. It had no board with it, it had no box. It was just the tiles, the racks, and the pins, and it was missing a pin. All right, one more viewer sale on the Eneman, and this is Cappy, I think is the name. And the message says, I watch your videos, love you guys. We lived in Virginia for 15 years, then came back to Pennsylvania to be closer to family. It's always a good move. Well, it's not always a good move. It's often a good move. I keep looking at the cute little fleet guy and thought, should I? Then just watch your new video a few days ago with the guy that bought 8 and thought I better before they all sell. Well, they got a long way to sell. We're in the 1400s, I think. At any rate, one of the listings says it has 68 left, but the other has 1400. So I have 2 different listings. So we appreciate you and we hope you enjoy. All right, looks like a good polo day. You know, I remember the day you used to go to Goodwill and you'd find 8, 10 Ralph Lauren polos. And back then I could get them for, you know, like $3 a piece. And it was an easy flip for like 17, 18 bucks. You could sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it. Now you're having a hard time to sell Ralph Lauren polo, just regular polo shirts. And I basically don't buy them unless they're like this. This is kind of an interesting looking like color block stripe, you know, red, white, and blue. It's got the green pony. And here's the kicker. This thing was dry cleaned, and people love to see that dry clean tag. This one sold for $20.41, so it's like an $11 profit on this item, and it did come from the Goodwill. And I shouldn't act like I bought this thing because I didn't buy it, because I don't even really know anything about it. I just know it came from the Goodwill, and I didn't buy it. So Blue Ridge Mama bought this thing, and we're gonna make a pretty nice little profit on this. You know, I avoid buying those polos, but this one was a good buy for sure. That reminds me of something, and I'm curious out there. Does anybody out there talk to a dry cleaner? Or maybe you are a dry cleaner. A lot of times people never come back to pick up their stuff, and I see stuff donated to the Goodwill. I'm wondering if people can source from dry cleaners, or if you do source from dry cleaners. Or maybe you are a dry cleaner and that's where you get your inventory. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. All right, I don't sell many records, but I do sell some, and I'm going to show you just a minute what I ship them in, and maybe if I can remember to put them in the affiliate links below. I always forget to do that stuff. I'll put the boxes in the affiliate links. It's usually worth it. I think the boxes are like 50 cents a piece, maybe a little bit more. I can't remember. I don't do a ton of records because I'm not an expert at it. I don't know how to clean them properly. I don't know how to grade them properly, and some people are pretty particular. But I usually do, and then I basically discount them by just a shade because I'm not quite sure. But I disclose all that. I probably should take the time to really learn records a little bit more than I have, and I think I probably will. I know there's a lot of great videos out there on YouTube about it. So this one sold for $14.95 free shipping. So it's Petra. It's a Christian. I came across a huge lot of Christian records at a yard sale down the road here in Bedford. It was actually, I think, at the Lions Club, I think is where it was. And they had tons and tons and tons of records, and they were like $1 a piece. And I talked to the person there. It was the second day of the sale. I'm like, hey, you know, can I get like 33 cents a piece and I'll buy a ton of them? And they're like, sure. And so I pulled a ton of records out of there, and I lotted them up. They were already by genre, you know, they were all Christian and contemporary Christian, you know, like late 80s, 90s stuff like this. And I sold a bunch of it. This one I sold separately as a single, and it sold for $14.95. So it's not a bad little profit. We go from Christian records to plush Eneman. This one went out to Melanie, and she says, hello, I just found your channel on YouTube and subscribed. Well, thank you. I love this item. It's a hoot. I'm a nurse, and I just started reselling part-time this past year. It will be a great addition to my office, Mel's She Shed. Look forward to watching your future videos. Thank you, Melanie. No, thank you, Melanie. We appreciate it. Here's some Mary Kay Cream to Powder Foundation, Beige 2.0, $31.04, and this sold for $12.40. And we got it for, who knows, nickel, dime, quarter. It was in a giant bag full of stuff. All right, 2 more Eneman sales, one to a non-viewer for $12.81 and one to a viewer for $10, and this one sold to Dan. Dan, appreciate it. All right, I've sold a few of these lately. I can't remember if I got this one from that yard sale. The one that's, I think it was where I got this one. The yard sale that said she caught me stealing from the yard sale or something. And I bought the jacket and I started walking away and she was yelling at me, hey, come back here. And I'm like, uh-oh, what did I do? And she wanted her hanger back. So I think that's where I got this one. I'm not positive. I've sold 2 lately. So this one sold for $29.95 plus shipping, so $30. So if I bought it at that yard sale, I can't remember what I paid. Maybe $3 for it. I think, something like that. So it's like a $25 profit. All right, so if you can't tell by now, I like items that have a story to it. I'm a storyteller. That's what I do. That's why I'm a history teacher. I like history, not for the numbers, not for the dates, but for the stories. I think if I wasn't a history teacher, I think I like psychology as well. I like history for the psychology of it. I like to know how people's minds work. And so I love a conversation, and I'm sure the conversations at yard sales cost me getting good items. But I remember having a conversation with the lady I bought this shirt off of, and she told me all about her husband, her deceased husband, and we talked for like 5 minutes. And it was an interesting conversation, don't get me wrong. But the stuff at the yard sale was junk, and it was in bad shape, and it smelled terrible. And she was basically asking nothing for it, and I felt bad. I'm like, let me look around here. And I saw this thing, and I thought, the color is great. It is a generic Charlotte Hornets shirt. It doesn't say Charlotte Hornets, but it says Charlotte. It's got the basketball, and it's the same color. So I looked at it, the V-neck, the Signal Sports here, XL, and it's made in the USA, and it's a single stitch shirt. And I'm like, how much? She's like, $25. I'm like, okay, I can buy this. So I bought this from her, knowing I could sell it to somebody eventually, and eventually it did sell for $12.81 free shipping. I'm not going to make much money on this, maybe $6, $7, something like that. But at least I got a great story out of it, and at least she got $25, and some of her husband's stuff is gone. So sad as that is, that's what we do a lot of times. All right, so this came from that crazy yard sale in Roanoke. I had a great time at that yard sale. She was hilarious. She sold me, she had everything priced 50 cents, $4.50, $6.50, whatever it was. And I kept trying to haggle the 50 cents away, and she didn't want anything to do with it. She ended up haggling the 50 cents away a couple times. It was kind of interesting. But this came from somebody else who was right there with everybody else at that yard sale. It was like on the side of a street. And this was $5, and the man said, hey, it's $5, you know, take it out of here. And I said, all right, no problem. And it sold for $36.95. So it's a nice little $28 profit after fees and after expenses and after shipping. So I like that one. All right, I hope to get the Homeschool Hustlers down here in just a minute and let them tell you what sold out of their store. And I think one of them was to a viewer, so we'll have to let you take a look at that in just a second. And I'm going to say goodbye right now because that'll air here at the end, and maybe we'll put some shipping on there, maybe we won't. I'm not quite sure. This video looks like it's running a little bit long, so we might just put a little clip on there. And hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. All right, Turner wanted to be on the video today. He wanted to say thank you to Justin and Christina. Can you say thank you?
Thank you.
And what is that thing?
A Popple's Puffling.
Popple's Puffling, and it was $11.95. And they were going to send an offer, and then they saw on a video, because they're new subscribers, that the Homeschool Hustlers get $1, and they get to save $1 and donate $1. And so they didn't want to even send an offer, so they paid full price. So thank you so much, guys, and it'll go to a good cause. Tell them thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so 2 more things sold out of the Homeschool Hustler store. This is, what is it, Luck Bear? Is that what they call it? Good Luck Bear? I can't remember. 1983. It's missing the tag, and it sold for $10 plus shipping. This is something that came out of that free bin that's on Commonwealth Picker. Me and my wife went through the free bin and found these 2 cassettes, among some other things. Most of it was junk, but we did find a few things that we could sell, including her and him, although not for much money, and a few other things that we're going to sell. So that's on the Commonwealth Flipper channel if you want to check that out. But these cassettes together sold for $10.95 plus shipping. So we added these all up here, and we have a new total so far of $462 from our $156 investment in the garage sale from the 80s where we bought everything, or what I call the plush Nirvana sale. All right, thank you, and see you next time. All right, I got to show you something that I don't think I've showed you. Turner brought me this the other day and said he drew me the Commonwealth Picker symbol. So there, I guess he's jealous that Reagan gets to write those thank you notes. So Justin and Christina, this is going off to you for buying this popple. So hope you enjoy.